Today we got the Star Wars Mandalorian and the Child Deluxe version. I guess this came out before like season 2 of the show. This is from sideshow.com. It's normally $3.50, but they were having an awesome Black Friday sale, so I got this for free for buying that thing. That's pretty cool. So this is a Hot Toys thing, so those are like all about customizing and posing the figures. Not my favorite thing in the world, but you could see they come with a lot of options. It's actually way bigger than I thought. So here we have different fist shapes or hand shapes, whatever. These are probably his little smoky missile things, or just smoke, I don't know. There's the flamethrower. Not only does it resemble a shoebox, it actually smells like a new pair of shoes, which I always assumed was the shoe, but maybe it's the box. There is a warning. Please read the instruction sheet first. So it looks like a base jetpack, the flames for a jetpack, maybe the Beskar staff. I'm assuming these are said instructions. The thing with Sideshow is when you buy figures, they actually email you a link to instructions as well. It looks pretty complicated, but we're going to try and figure that one out. Yeah, so the instructions were pretty useless. Yeah, I guess this is a base. Just some rock. Or the Tatooine sands. It's got a nice little Star Wars The Mandalorian. This was made in 2020. So I guess that goes like that. Okay. So right away you pick him up and he's already like moving. That's what these have, like all sorts of like joints. You can move them however you want, basically. This is impossible. Just get... Alright, this figure sucks. There we go. It's so stupid. It's like in the joints. Let's put a knife to the valuable thing and hope we don't scratch it. It's so tight there. It might as well be wire. So that's like the maneuverability. If you want to put them all Tommy Pickles. See, this foot's way more maneuverable, so I didn't get this foot on right or something. I'm not sure how this thing is supposed to stand. Let's see how he stands on his own. So, not great. So anyway, so this is him with some Beskar. Oh, there's his back. Like everything's kind of adjustable or removable, it feels like, or something. This one's all war-torn and that one's shiny brand new. Okay, I got him to stand. Alright, so now it's just a matter of picking what you want. A bucket. I'm not even going to try and open that. I don't remember if that's anything relevant to the show. Some Beskar stacks. A hologram of himself. I'm guessing maybe this is like the bounty hit on him. This looks like the cover to Little Grogu here. So he's got a movable head. He just kind of has no legs. He's actually magnetic in that. And I guess we can hide him under there if we wanted to. And then we have Grogu with legs. Head is maneuverable, but nothing else. Last, but not last, a very large fork. Complete with scope. I think these are like extra joint pieces. I don't know what these are for. They're either magnets or batteries. So as for him, he can move. He can't move. Well, I guess he could. It just feels really stiff. So basically, you could twist him any way you want. Like you could feel all the crunches. You can't go forward too much, but no human can, so that's as far as those go. I don't know what this is. So what I thought was a Beskar staff, I think this is to hold him up somehow, because that's definitely going to go into the stand right down here. But how he's supposed to stand next to it is beyond me. But that goes in there. Nice. He has footprints. I didn't notice them before. I've got a feeling this will loop over that. What do we want to put on Mando? This, for sure. The jetpack. Which makes me wonder if he can lose this cape. There is some kind of Velcro here. Everything feels like it can come off, but it also feels scary. So, oh. Can't believe I just got that off. So I'm just gonna tug on that so it's all Velcro. Are you not supposed to remove it, or did it just get stuck in the Velcro? It's like stitched into it. So we want the jetpack on him, so we're gonna have to pull that off. It looks like you can even take that off. Yeah, that's not working. So we're gonna put that back on, kind of get it in between his shoulder pads. So actually kind of cool, this is magnetic. Maybe we'll put some flame on it. I would probably actually advise doing that beforehand. So, good enough. And now we have a flying Mando. You can't actually lift his arms at all. So, I can't even put him into a Superman pose. We can do the leg pop though. Oh. Does not look like his little anti-vehicular device comes out. Cooler Beskar thing, so we'll put that on. Yay, that was easy. So he does have like a little grappling hook. I don't know. I really don't know. There's whatever this is. It claims you can, I see, yeah. Claims you could pull that off by doing this. Oh, there that goes, okay. So we took his ear off. All right, so then we do this. Okay, we'll just give him a little extra flare. I'm assuming that's a light. Also, not crazy about this, because like the back plate barely stays on. So it says for the flamethrower, detach his hand, which is uncomfortable, and there goes his whole thing. We'll slip that back on. Maybe in this little slot here. Okay, like that. All right. Now he's like Ash from the Evil Dead, but like fire instead of a chainsaw. All right, so we're just gonna put a fist on him. Okay, so annoying feature number 2. You're gonna want to somehow get this little ball joint out of his hand, and I can't do that. That's too much effort for me to care about. So we're just gonna do that. Oh, and that goes in there. There we go. Kind of the worst design ever. You literally can't even stick his arm out. Like the best you can do is that, which is pretty disappointing. Alright, so then we have the giant fork. So I don't know if that's actually the hand that's supposed to go. It fits. It also left that scratch from his finger. So each hand I feel like is meant for the fork, the blaster. Like I'm assuming this is for that, and you would never get that in there. So I actually did get that in. Never mind. All my nonsense was lying. So that's on there, kind of. Okay. That popped off easy. I think these are like the little rocket things. So we'll just pop that on. That should be easy enough. Indeed it was. Okay, we're gonna attempt to put this back on him. So that slipped over his head. Oh my gosh, I think I did it. All right, it's the reverse of how it used to be, but that's okay. It's very important. This gets Velcroed onto there. All right, so this maybe can go in his holster. It's made for his blaster, but like I don't know what this is for. But it's magnetically collapsed. All right, so we got a third one of these that was loose, so I'm gonna attempt to put it in here. Oh, there we go. So we're just gonna slip that over his knife. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna attempt to put the jetpack on. I didn't think about when putting his belt back on. It does still stick to it, barely. There's a hole in the cape. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. So as for this Grogu, I'm assuming that goes in there, which is like, okay. But then where does this go? So you pop this off. That's kind of clever because if you didn't want him in the floaty chair thing, you could just hide that. And then that goes like so. All right, and then we have this Grogu whose head allegedly comes off. These are spare ones of them. Why? I don't know. And pop that around there. And then maybe put this guy's head back on. Oh man, this does open. So those pull off. Fortunately, I have a screwdriver small enough for this. Oh, okay. We're gonna just throw some Beskar in there. Wow. Verdict, don't waste your time trying to get the batteries in. That's just stunning. And just to be sloppy, oh yeah, let's see it with the light. Whew, worth every second I had to do that. All right, so for displaying purposes, I tried using this thing and it does not work. So I have him sitting in the footprints on the base. It's kind of sturdy. Like I'm moving the whole shelf. He's not really moving. That's 11-inch shelves. Even with his weapons and fire and all that, he can get in there. I'm just putting both Grogus out because he had a clone. I'm getting my money's worth on this display. The jetpack is on. You can't see it at all, so it's probably not worth the effort to put it on. If the jetpack wasn't on, I think that stick thing would work a lot better. This thing I just set up there. You have to take off this piece to turn it on and off, which is pretty annoying. I'd rather just have like the switch there, so it's not even worth turning on because it's not that exciting to begin with. As for the figure itself, I'm sure you could tell it was not worth the struggles and the effort to put it together. There's a lot of customization with it, but I don't really have the interest or patience. If that's your thing, then you'd probably like this a lot more than I did. It looks really nice, but for $350, that seems absurd, but I feel like you're paying more not for how it looks, more than how much stuff comes with it. This Grievous, for example, is I think normally $300, so it's actually cheaper and it looks nicer. The biggest difference that I don't like is the feel. Like it feels like a doll. I had a Darth Vader toy like that, and like it was probably $20-$30. All it did was come with the lightsaber though. If you like tinkering and posing things, I would say get it. If you're lazy and dumb like me and you just want, you know, stuff that's, you know, you just sit it up there and it's good to go after putting it together, then I would say Hot Toys aren't for you, because they're definitely not for me, and I will do all that I can to never get one again. I'm super glad this one was free, or I'd be like really annoyed right now. But it looks good. Looks good on the shelf next to two completely unrelated Star Wars characters, so I'm good.